Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back into DaBearsDen, an NFL podcast with the Chicago Bears First Focus. I'm your host, Alex, here today doing the playoff picks, game picks day, Thursday. We do it every week. And last week, wildcard weekend, first week of the playoffs, 5-1. Almost had a perfect week. Obviously, not as many games, but 5-1, feeling really good about the picks. Uh, Chargers. I should have known with Justin Herbert in the playoffs, right? But with that being said, we'll go ahead. We'll get into it. These videos obviously are going to get shorter and shorter as the season winds down, but I will keep it going because this is honestly one of my favorite segments that I do every week. Love kind of picking these games and kind of seeing where I can, seeing where I'm at, right? Seeing if I truly know ball or not. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm using the Playoff Predictors website as I always do. This website tracks your picks and everything with that. I'm not sponsored. This is just a website that I've been using personally myself for a couple years now. Great way to kind of keep track of the picks. So 5-1 on the week. For wild card, let's see if I can get a perfect week here in the divisional round. Some really massive games. Sucks that it's coming down to Lamar and Josh in the divisional round. This feels honestly like a Super Bowl tier matchup. Obviously, we can't have that because they're both in the AFC. But quarterback wise, team wise, this would make a fantastic Super Bowl. And I'm going with Buffalo here. If you guys saw my picks last week, I did the wild card picks, and then I also predicted how I thought the playoffs were going to go based on those picks. And I had Philly and Buffalo in the Super Bowl, and I still feel very strongly about Buffalo. I think that there's not really a weakness with their team. I think Josh Allen's having the best season of his career, and it sucks that Lamar or Josh will be going down after this week. But I just think this to me feels like it's Buffalo's year, and Lamar is going to have to deal with another offseason of the playoff allegations and things like that. And as much as I love Derrick Henry, I think the Ravens have a very good offense. I think Josh Allen is going to kind of carve them up and have a really solid game, control the entire game. And we saw what they did to Denver, and I don't think it'll be that much of a blowout, but I think that it's definitely in the realm of possibilities that Buffalo wins by double digits in this game. Houston, Kansas City. I'm picking Houston here, believe it or not. And maybe I'm crazy. Definitely, a good chance that I am wrong on this pick. But I think Houston looked very solid last week. And they looked kind of like they had returned to form, the form that we were expecting them to be in, the form that we had saw last year. I feel like there's just all this kind of talk and hype of, here comes Kansas City. They had the bye. Uh, you know, on the way to the three-peat, right? You have the other two juggernaut teams in the AFC having to go against each other. Kansas City has it easy, and I just think I I don't know if Andy Reid would ever overlook a team, and especially in the playoffs. But I feel like there's a chance that there's players on the Chiefs that could be overlooking Houston and focusing ahead on Baltimore or Buffalo. And I feel like Houston's kind of just here, and they're hot. They're coming off a big win that no one thought they were going to win. And that's the big thing to me. No one thought that they were going to win last week, right? Many people thought that they were the weakest team in the playoffs, and yet they mauled the Chargers. So who knows, right? Who knows? NFC games. Philly was my Super Bowl pick. I'm going with the Rams. I'm going against my Super Bowl pick. The Rams are the team that no one is talking about. I mentioned this in my wildcard weekend video a couple days ago, if you didn't see that. But the Rams are the team that no one's talking about in the entirety of the playoffs, right? Everyone's talking about Detroit, everyone's talking about Philly, and Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore, all these different teams, right? The Rams are here. The last 4 games the Rams have played, they've held their opponent to under 10 points in every single game. And they just took down the 14-win Vikings by double digits. They obviously have a Hall of Fame quarterback. They have who will be a Hall of Fame head coach in Sean McVay. And those two are fantastic together in the playoffs. And no one's talking about the Rams. It's very interesting. And all of a sudden, as much as I think Philly is a fantastic team, I think the Rams are going to go in there and they're actually going to win. I think they're going to win. And my concern with Philly after watching them play Green Bay was not the defense. The defense is elite. We've known this all season long. But my concern is Jalen Hurts. What is more likely to happen this week? Are we going to have a game like the Green Bay game where he's not turning the ball over, but he's not really doing anything? Or are we going to have more of a, Jalen Hurts game where we see him turning the ball over a lot and trying to pass the ball more and making mistakes? I don't know. But the Rams are sneaky good, and no one's talking about them. And I think that the NFC teams might not even really be paying that much attention, but I think they're going to sneak in, just like they snuck into the playoffs late, with the fourth or fifth tiebreaker against Seattle. They're going to sneak into the playoffs. They're going to handle teams like they handled Minnesota, and I think that they're going to take down Philly, despite Philly being my NFC Super Bowl representative. So there's that. And I think the Rams next week are going to be hosting a playoff game because I think Washington is beating Detroit this week. And you may think, whoa, 3 upsets? Washington has all the momentum. Rookie quarterback, I get it. But Detroit is banged up. They're coming off the bye. Washington is coming off yet another close win. They have full belief in each other. They have all the momentum. They have a quarterback who is like in 5 or 6 games now come down and won the game late. As a rookie, I think Jaden's doing fantastic things, and this is the pick that I feel the strongest about this week. I feel the strongest about this pick, and maybe I'm crazy, but I think Washington's going to go in and they're going to beat Detroit. And, if I'm a Detroit fan, I'm concerned because, if I lose this game, right, this might be it. The window might close. We'll have to see, but there's a good chance that Detroit loses both their coordinators after this season. The team might look extremely different next year. And we will see how much of it is Dan Campbell versus how much is it Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, right? But as far as this game goes, I really, really feel like Washington is going to go in to Detroit's house and beat them. And I felt it as soon as they kicked the game-winning field goal against Tampa this past week. I felt it right away. I turned to my family and said, Washington's going to beat Detroit. They're going in. They're going to beat them. I feel very strongly about this. And it's the pick that I'm most confident in this week. So those are my playoff picks. Shorter video, obviously less games. Let me know what you guys think down below. Am I crazy? I think they're technically all upsets, actually, because I think Baltimore's favored on the road. So all upsets. This is what I'm thinking. We'll see. I appreciate you guys listening. As always, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Hoping to continue to grow the channel. I appreciate the support. Bear down, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.